The news just dropped like a bombshell in the NFL world, and Cowboys fans everywhere are absolutely buzzing with excitement. If you haven't heard yet, it's true, San Francisco 49ers star Trent Williams, one of the most dominant offensive linemen in the league, is heading to the Dallas Cowboys in a massive trade. And folks, this is huge. When we talk about players who can shift the balance of power in the NFL, Trent Williams is one of the first names that comes to mind. The Cowboys, who've been striving for years to strengthen their offensive line, now have one of the best at left tackle. It's an absolute game changer for a team that's already stacked with offensive firepower, and this move could be the missing piece to push them towards Super Bowl contention. Now, for those who may not be familiar with Trent Williams, let's take a moment to break down just how dominant he has been over his incredible career. At 6'5" and 320 pounds, Williams is a mountain of a man who can move with the agility of a much smaller player. He's been known for his ability to completely shut down elite pass rushers, and when it comes to opening up lanes in the running game, he's one of the best in the business. Williams spent the early years of his career with the Washington football team, now the Commanders, before making his move to the 49ers in 2020, where he became an immediate anchor on their offensive line. He's been a cornerstone for the 49ers, providing stability and leadership, and anyone who's seen him play knows that he's a difference maker. His career accolades include multiple Pro Bowl selections, and he's been named to the first-team All-Pro multiple times. This is a player who's been an elite performer year after year. So why on earth would the 49ers let go of a player like this? Well, it comes down to a tough reality that all teams in the NFL face at some point: the salary cap. The 49ers are one of the most talented teams in the NFL, with stars like George Kittle, Nick Bosa, and Deebo Samuel, but the salary cap has always been a bit of a tight squeeze. San Francisco has to find a way to balance paying their star players while still keeping the rest of their roster competitive. And with Trent Williams set to count for a hefty amount against the cap, the decision was made to part ways with him, freeing up space for future moves. While it's a tough loss, the 49ers are still in great shape to compete in the NFC, with plenty of talent to remain a top-tier team. They'll certainly need to find a replacement for Williams, but this is a team that has shown they know how to rebuild and reload quickly. But let's shift gears here and talk about the Cowboys, because this move is absolutely massive for them. Dallas has been a team with potential for years now, and while they've had flashes of brilliance, they've also had issues with consistency. The offensive line, in particular, has been an area of concern. While Tyron Smith, the Cowboys' longtime left tackle, is still a talented player, injuries have plagued him in recent seasons. And while the rest of the line has had its moments, there's been a constant need for improvement. Adding Trent Williams to the fold completely changes the game for the Cowboys. He's the type of player who doesn't just play his position, he elevates the entire unit. Williams can be the anchor the Cowboys have been searching for. With him at left tackle, Tyron Smith can move to the right side, and the rest of the offensive line will fall into place with more stability and depth. This is exactly what Dak Prescott and Tony Pollard need: a line that can give them time to operate, create holes in the running game, and keep the quarterback protected from the blitz. This addition strengthens a unit that's been in flux for the past couple of seasons and could give the Cowboys a line that rivals the best in the league. Let's not forget about Dak Prescott, who's been an outstanding quarterback for the Cowboys but has faced his own set of challenges. In the past, he's dealt with a lack of protection, especially from his offensive line, which has led to unnecessary hits and pressure. With Williams in the lineup, Prescott's blind side is now protected by one of the most elite tackles in the game. This means more time in the pocket for Dak to survey the field, make reads, and ultimately make better decisions. It also means a better chance for a smooth, effective running game for Tony Pollard, who's set to take on a larger role as the lead back. Pollard, who's shown flashes of brilliance, will now have better lanes to hit and more time to read the blocks in front of him. A stronger offensive line opens up opportunities for the Cowboys to diversify their offense and keep opposing defenses on their toes. The Cowboys were already a talented team with explosive weapons like CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, and Pollard. Add in the elite defense, led by stars like Micah Parsons, and the Cowboys look like a Super Bowl contender for the first time in a long while. But the key to success in the NFL often boils down to the trenches, and with this move, the Cowboys' offensive line just went from a potential weak point to an absolute strength. Now, the Cowboys can attack teams from all angles. They can take the pressure off Doc by establishing a solid running game and let him stay clean in the pocket. This will also help the team's ability to sustain drives and wear down opposing defenses, ultimately giving their defense more rest and allowing them to be more aggressive when they're on the field. Let's talk about Jerry Jones for a second. The Cowboys' owner and general manager is known for his bold moves, and this one is no exception. Jerry is no stranger to making big decisions in an effort to bring a Super Bowl back to Dallas, and this is exactly the type of move that shows he's all in. The Cowboys were a strong team last year but clearly needed that one final push to take them to the top. By acquiring a player like Trent Williams, Jerry is showing that he's not afraid to make the tough calls and bring in the best talent to give his team the best chance of winning. This is a win-now move, and it signals to the rest of the NFC that the Cowboys are coming for that title. As for the 49ers, this trade will undoubtedly have an impact, but they are far from out of contention. They still have one of the most complete rosters in the league. With a quarterback like Brock Purdy, the young star who surprised many last season, and a defense that can rival any in the NFL, San Francisco will remain a contender. The key for the 49ers will be finding a way to replace Trent Williams' skill and leadership. There are certainly options in the draft, and they could look to trade for a veteran to fill the left tackle position. While it will be difficult to replace a player of Williams' caliber, the 49ers are used to finding creative solutions, and they've done an excellent job of building a deep roster. For the Cowboys, however, this is their moment. They have all the pieces in place: a top-tier offense, a dominant defense, and now, with Trent Williams, one of the best offensive lines in the league. The NFC is up for grabs, and with this addition, the Cowboys now look like one of the most dangerous teams in the conference. The road to the Super Bowl just got a whole lot more exciting, and if this team can stay healthy and keep clicking, there's no reason they can't make a deep playoff run and maybe even hoist that Lombardi Trophy at the end of the season. This is an NFL offseason full of surprises, and this trade is a reminder of how quickly things can change in the league. Trent Williams, now a Dallas Cowboy, could very well be the piece that tips the scale in the Cowboys' favor. Will it be enough to push them to the promised land? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, the NFC just got a whole lot more interesting. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are the Cowboys now the favorites in the NFC? Can the 49ers remain a contender without Williams? And what other moves do you think each team should make to prepare for next season? Hit that like button if you're as excited as I am, and make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an update on the latest NFL news. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time with even more breaking news.